Here we go. Today's 25th of May. I've got a cup of Starbucks coffee here, and let's jump into the voice speaking mock test at home. Right, this time I have collected quite a lot of questions, brand new questions that a lot of test takers have taken the test and reported. So, first of all, my voice is a bit weird because I have a cold. I'm sick ever since I worked at the center located in Bình province. I have got sick quite often. Alright, let's go. Do you work or study? Well, I finished my university uh, 2 years ago, but my graduation ceremony took place like 6 months ago because there were a few stuff. But yeah, I'm currently living in Saigon, but I'm working in Bình province. And my occupation is an IELTS teacher. What do you like your major? I think at the time I had no choice but to study English linguistics because I hated mathematics and studying English linguistics doesn't require you to learn math, and because I have a passion for English since I was a child, so I think that was the best choice for me at the time. Will you work in this field in the future? Yeah, for sure. Even though my major is, focused on translating and interpreting, but during my internship, I came to realize that I was not suitable for this job because as you um, translate all the documents, it's quite boring. You have to uh, live in a sedentary lifestyle, like from 9 to 5, just typing all day on the computers. Uh, so yeah, and in interpretation is too much for me because simultaneous interpreting interpreting is professional and very hard to achieve that skill. So I just decided to go for becoming an IELTS teacher instead. Are you interested in outer space? I used to, like when I was a child, I was curious about the universe, the solar system, or those planets, but um, I think that was just a quick moment. Uh, uh, that curiosity didn't last very long, and at the moment I'm no longer care about those stuff because I've got important things to pay attention to now. Did you learn about outer space at school? I think I didn't learn much about them. Um, I think I've got a bit of knowledge about the universe and the galaxy back when I was studying physics, but um, uh, I almost forgot all of them. Yeah, so bear with me for that. Would you like to travel to space? Definitely not. I think it costs an arm and a leg to travel in outer space, and I've got an aero phobia, so I was extremely uh, I am extremely afraid of being on a very high place. So yeah, I don't think I would spend money, splurge money on that activity. Would you like to try? Do you enjoy watching programs about space? Um, yeah, I gotta honestly admit that it's not my cup of tea. But I did watch a lot of movies that are related to space, like or the Marvel Universe movie, um, like Iron Man, Thor. They fight in different planets and they travel back to Earth, back and forth, like it was like a breeze. And yeah, those movies are the only stuff that I watch about the space. Why am movie interested in space exploration? I think that's for the most part for the sake of humanity's curiosity, and I think um, not only curiosity is the factor here, but they also strive for finding out like an, a valuable, like a vast valuable resource of energy, for example, like because the natural resources on Earth are being drained and excavated constantly, so they try to find like energy substitutes in other planets to meet the demand for the citizen on Earth, and I think that's quite selfish, which I think is quite selfish. Right. Do you think space travel will become common in the future? I guess so, because the number one billionaire on Earth now is Elon Musk, who is the the CEO, the director of SpaceX, a space exploration company, and also a rocket producing company, a rocket producer. So I guess he has done a lot of things for the humanity in terms of inventing and enhancing all these like um, super rockets that in the hope of being able to bring the human closer to the outer space, to the other planets, especially the Mars. So yeah, I think it's gonna be ubiquitous one day. Right, this is the part two. Describe a tall building in the city you like or dislike. Right, let's go. So, I would describe a very famous, a well-known building, which is the Landmark 81, and it is built as you know uh, not only a collection of residential apartments, but it's got shopping malls and cinemas and the the top view cafes and whatnot. And it was built. I think it was built like 2 decades ago, but it wasn't until 2018 that it was completely established, and you know the visitors could you know usher in the building in 2018. And it was the Landmark 81 was built by the billionaire of Vietnam, who is Phạm Nhật Vượng, and the building has acquired reputation for um, being the tallest building, the highest building in the Southeast Asia. And in addition to Landmark 81, the billionaire also invested in, you know, uh, the construction of like nearby apartment buildings, like all these blocks of apartments, like I think there are a dozen of them around the Landmark 81, and it is located in the Binh Thanh district next to the Saigon River. And the infrastructure is like state of the art. As soon as I got in there, like it's got the cutting edge facility, all the elevators, and the staff are nice also. And no, the cafe and the restaurants on the top of that building, it's got such a nice view. And even though the price of those beverage and dishes are like exorbitant, they are criminally prohibitively expensive, but I think it's worth the price because you've got such a fantastic view when eating there. Looking at the Ho Chi Minh City on a very panoramic view. So yeah, that's the Landmark 81 building. Chờ chút nha, sắp xong. So, let's move on to part 3. What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in tall buildings? As far as I'm concerned, there are several benefits for living in such tall buildings. For one, it's extremely convenient because tall buildings are built in like close to a park or a river, which has a cool weather pattern. And in addition to the climate, it's got the facility, like modern facility for the citizen to enjoy their life. It's got convenience stores and all the restaurant establishment on the basement, and it's got a spacious parking lots, which is a hassle when you live in a bustling, hectic city like Ho Chi Minh City. And also, we need to consider the drawbacks of living there. When there's a fire, like it's extremely dangerous because all the elevators may be closed and you can't escape by going in the elevators, and you have to use the stairs. And in Saigon, the tall buildings are quite easy to you know catch a fire. I don't know why, but um, living there is dangerous for that reason, because when you live in a residential area, it's easier to escape when there's a fire. So yeah, the next question: do you think there will be more tall buildings in the future? Absolutely. Especially in my country and in a major city like Ho Chi Minh City, the infrastructures are being improved like year on year. Um, they they constantly build, like, I mean, the government uh, constantly builds the highways and the buildings to enhance the life of not only the local citizen but also to attract the visitors from foreign countries, because those state-of-the-art buildings, those uh, stylistic buildings are what um, you know represents the like represent the city for its um, quality, like for the living standard there. So I guess tall buildings will be built um, for a lot more in the near future, in the next 20 years, and it's inevitable. Do people care about the design of buildings? Um, I think it depends. For example, when you enter District 1 in Ho Chi Minh City, there are a couple of buildings which has very attractive and cutting edge designs, and they are commonly not residential apartments, but like they are financial towers or some buildings serve for services or like for other purpose. And it has to it has to be able to show off like the innovation in those uh, building structure, in those uh, building designs, but for casual like apartments where the citizens are living in, the the appearance of those buildings are not very important when considering to dwell in. Why are modern building designs changing nowadays? Why modern? Um, I think there are uh, a host of factors that can be explained for the trend of modifying building designs. I think the standard of fashion and innovation are on another level, so they need to upgrade it to make it look not as old as the previous decade, or the 200 years previous 200, like 20 years for I'm sorry. So it needs to be renovated to be accustomed to the modern lifestyle of the citizen, because if it's too old and boring, it may not uh, get the chance to attract like visitors or even the local citizen to it. So you know, design development is a must, and uh, that's what uh, is essential for you know the development of the designs, the engineering area, but also the development of the whole city. So that's the end of the full speaking test. 3 parts. So yeah,